Everyone's actually talking about Trump's tariffs like it's the end of the world. I get it. Trade wars, broken supply chains, inflation. I know it's all real. However, a lot of people aren't actually talking about the real opportunity that lies at stake. A lot of people aren't even talking about the fact that traders can make massive profits right now within the financial markets. What if this was an opportunity for companies that are just starting out to be thriving and booming in the end? What if there is an absolutely incredible upside to all of this, where you can become the wealthiest individual in your family if you learn how to take advantage of this? I'm going to be breaking down how Trump's tariffs can actually benefit you and how you can become profitable within the financial markets with the tariffs. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Kaale, and if you're actually new here, by the way, and you're a trader or an investor, or you just want to stay 10 steps ahead of global economics, remember to hit that like button and hit subscribe and join the team of all-stars who are taking 2025 to a whole nother financial level. Now, today we're going to be talking about how Trump's existing and proposing tariffs can literally, spark opportunity rather than chaos, and how you can get in early and take advantage of this. So let's start with the basics. A tariff is basically a tax imposed on imported goods. Now, Trump's primary focus has been on China, right, and other unfair trading partners. And really and truly, the goal is to make the US less reliant on foreign partners. It's really to make the US kind of stand out in terms of their manufacturing and the trade deficits and all of that. The real goal is to make America a little bit more independent and less reliant on foreign systems. Now, where's the opportunity in this? Tariffs are short term. They will cause short-term pain. Now, when they cause these short-term pain, you're going to see some supply shocks. You're going to see some increased prices. You're going to see a lot of things when it comes on to even going to the stores, right? But in the long run, this is really an opportunity for companies to begin to thrive. This is an opportunity for industries to begin to boom. So the long run, it does have solid ground, right? But there is a little bit of short-term pain. Now, I know you're saying, how can traders actually benefit from this? So I'm getting into it. I want you to understand that tariffs create uncertainty. Now, because tariffs create uncertainty, that means there is more volatility in the market. And I want you to say this with me. Volatility equals more profits. So, if you're a trader in the financial markets, whether you're a day trader, you swing, or you're a long-term investor, it really doesn't matter. Opportunity is all over the markets right now. All right? Now, what you've got to understand is that more price movement means more profit opportunity. And guess what? If you are positioned right, you'd be able to get some of that profit in the market. So make sure you're not buying when you should be selling, and make sure you're not selling when you should be buying. So position yourself right so that you can clock some of these profits that have been giving away in the financial markets. All right, so here's a few pairs to watch out for based on the tension that may arise with these tariffs. Now, obviously, you're going to have the Chinese yuan as well as the US dollar at the front line, because this is where the trade war is really potent. So you're going to have a lot more volatility with these pairs. Now, you also have the odd to the Aussie versus the US dollar. Why? The Aussie does a lot of business with China and it's tied within their economy. You also have USD JPY. The Japanese yen is really like a safe haven, but it always does a lot of basically like retaliation and strengthens its power whenever there is a trade war, right? You have the Euro USD. Now, the European system is also tied in closely with China, so look out for that. There's going to be some volatility there. You've got the US dollar with the Mexican peso. Look out for that, because if US tariffs expand, NAFTA partners are oftentimes going to be affected. So look out for that, as well as the US dollar with the Canadian dollar. You're going to have volatility going on right there. So when tariffs hit, I know they hit hard, right? But interest rates are expected to shift. And that's really where the alpha is, the alpha and the power and all of that. So look out for that when it comes on to these currency pairs on the market. If you actually trade them, be mindful that there is going to be a little bit more volatility based on what is happening within the economy. Now, as a trader, I know you're probably thinking, okay, what should I do? I'm going to leave some, solid tips with you so that you understand. The central banks, they hate uncertainty, so they're going to react. You're going to see central bank reacting to tariffs. The Fed is going to respond, right? And they may raise or cut the interest rates based on what is happening, whether it's, spiking inflation or growth slowdowns. Now, just remember that as a trader, your goal is not to predict what's going to happen, but it's for you to pay attention, use your eyes, pay attention to what's going on in the markets, pay attention to price action, and react according to what you see and not what you think. That is going to be your best bet to make profits in the financial markets. Do not go and, think about, okay, we're just going to be falling. No. Look at what price is doing. Analyze the charts, go deep within your analysis, and be sure to use proper risk management, right? Always remember that is key. All right, so I want you to understand this. Trump is a master of headline volatility, right? But even with, a single tweet or an interview or maybe a tariff threat, you can see the markets plummet in seconds, right? I want you to understand this level of volatility. Now, because of this, I want you to pay close attention to the DXY, which is the US dollar index. Pay attention to its strength and its weaknesses so that you can understand what the dollar is actually doing. Understand that there is going to be reaction in the market based on all that is happening, but trade what you see and not what you think. I cannot stress that enough. Use breakout and reversals. All of these can really help. And I know breakout structure is one of the, most important things for you to be looking out for right now with the markets. All right, I know gold has been plummeting. I know all of this is, doing a lot for you because you've profit really great today. I know you have, but I just want to give you some heads up. Understand that risk management is very important while all of this is going on, and do your due diligence to trade your plan. All right, trade your plan, understand why you're entering the market, make sure you have your good entry confirmation, and get in once you've got those confirmation all checked off, and just ride the wave, right? We're actually going to be riding the wave, so trade what you see and not what you think. I cannot stress that enough. So traders feed off volatility, but while you're feeding off this level of volatility that's right now in the market, I want you to understand that you've got to stay disciplined. I want you to understand that you can be, running with that duffel bag with all the money in it, but make sure you stay disciplined in the long run. Now, I want you to really deep this. The tariffs may be a chaos to the world, but because you understand the financial markets, this is a gold mine for you to set your bucket and collect profits, right? collect. Just be collecting, right? Remember, we're going to be trading what we see, not what we think. We're going to be allowing price to confirm whatever it is that we think, and then we can go in, sniper entries, and listen, we're shaking the profits out of that financial markets, because guess what? That's why we're here. I want you to understand that this is an opportunity of a lifetime for you to lock in like you've never locked in before. This is an opportunity. If you don't know how to trade, it's time to start learning. If you're stuck and you need mentorship, remember to click the link in the description below. Come and connect with us, and we'll show you how you can profit day in, day out in the financial markets. The opportunity has arrived, and it's an opportunity of a lifetime for you to lock in and change everything for the bloodline. So I want you to stay locked in. I want you to stay disciplined. And until next time, remember to put God first in everything you do, and listen, take advantage of the chaos that some people see and turn it into your opportunity. Because guess what? Remember, tariffs equal profits.